Okay, hi, I'm Matt Gordon. I thought I'd talk to you today about my Week 2 blog, which involved the benefits of exercise on education. First, I thought I'd start with talking about my experience with PE in education. At my school, we did 2 hours of PE a week, split into 2-hour-long sessions. But these sessions included getting changed, so PE was probably cut to 40-45 minutes. Classes were of mixed ability, and as with most schools, you do whatever the school offers you. Like, we had generous enough to have like big school grounds, so cross country and orienteering were done in PE, as well as football, tennis, stuff like that. Lessons weren't big enough as well. I never felt fatigued after a PE lesson or anything like that, so it weren't too much strenuous on your daily activities. My views about PE is I actually think there's not enough. I think there should be anywhere from 3 to 5 hours a week. I think an hour a day PE I think is essential at the moment. I mean, it'd help children get active. I mean, it's going to help the health and safety issues. There's a national sort of pandemic, if you like, at the moment about obesity, with 30% of children aged from 2 to 15, which is the school years, are actually obese. So I think getting people up and active doing PE is going to benefit that. So an Ofsted report about PE done early this year actually showed that, like my school, most schools provide at least 2 hours of PE a week. Again, it didn't state, but I'm assuming this includes getting change time, so it's probably cut to 40-45 minutes. It also says most, which to me seems like not every school's offering 2 hours a week, which is pretty shocking if you can't offer your kids 2 hours physical activity each week. Another thing they highlighted was that not enough competitive sports played at a higher level, meaning it said in the report it meant that more able children aren't, getting this sort of level of sport that, they need to sort of get to the next level. I actually had a personal experience of this with our school football team. We actually got to a district final, and it never got played because the schools were too sort of lazy, if you like, to organise a venue, a time to play the game and stuff like that. So it's disappointing. Finally, another thing the report highlighted was that outstanding PE was found in twice as many secondary schools as primary schools. So outstanding is sort of the level of, they have like good, outstanding, average sort of level of how good the programmes are. And the report said the primary school teachers aren't qualified enough to teach PE, and maybe that they're overlooked during primary pre-GCE programmes, that they're not teaching the benefits of physical education enough to primary school teachers. A separate report from the Health Survey of England showed that 32% of boys and 24% of girls aren't getting enough physical activity each day. This recommendation is just 60 minutes of moderately intense physical activity, and this is anything from walking to school to playing sports, if you like. To me, I think that's, it's not good enough really. So Ofsted made a lot of recommendations in this report. The main one they talked about for most of the report was actually about the Olympic legacy, which, after London 2012 was supposed to inspire a generation, which I don't think it's really took off yet, the sort of legacy left behind the Olympics. I think it could be used to make PE in schools a lot better, but I just don't think it's in sort of full motion yet. But I don't want it to sort of drop off a scale and be forgotten about, which it might be heading that way. Another thing they said is teachers should improve fitness by keeping children active throughout the day. So they said doing this by having more interactive lessons, but for me there's a time and a place for interactive lessons. I'm all for them, but you can't really be jumping around when you're learning Pythagoras and stuff like that. I think for more serious core subjects like maths and science, you shouldn't really be having interactive lessons, but surely an hour of PE would combat this anyway, so that's my recommendation on it. And finally, teachers should challenge more able pupils to lead higher standards of performance. Again, this links back to the Olympic legacy, I think, and it's perhaps hindered by the underqualified primary school teachers. So research in the area, there is a lot of research that highlights the benefits of exercise on education, but I picked out a couple, because otherwise I'll be here all day talking about research. So I picked a couple that I thought interested me. First one by Rattay showed that frequent exercise creates the best environment in which brain cells change, grow and work better together, which improves memory retention and learning functions, which are obviously essential during education. He also concluded regular exercise improves attention span, reduces stress and effects of ADHD, again all important during education. Rattay attributed this all to more blood being pumped around the body, which leads to better nourished brain tissue due to the heightened oxygen levels in the blood. So it shows that exercise actually has sort of biological advantage to education as well, not just sort of motivational one. Another piece of interesting research was by Castelli, who showed that PE routines show a positive relationship with academic performance. A bit of background to the research: he actually measured 8 and 10-year-old students, putting them through standard PE lessons, sort of involving like time runs and push-ups and stuff like that. And as fitness improved, so did academic performance. Interestingly, these results were regardless of socio-economic differences such as income or race, and also like psychological differences such as, you know, self-efficacy, confidence and self-esteem and stuff like that. So Castelli and his team concluded that the mind and body are connected. However, in critique of his activity, critique of the research, for me the physical activity used in the research was too mundane, too boring. I think if you're doing an hour of PE each day, I don't think you can have children just running, doing push-ups every day. I think more fun, like recreational games such like dodgeball, bench ball, agility courses, whatever the school can allow with their facilities is more beneficial. So what can we change? Firstly, I think, as I've said numerous times, every child should be getting at least an hour of physical activity each day. So more frequent PE lessons, an hour a day if the curriculum allows it. I mean, it's backed by research like Rattay. It's going to get the blood pumping, improve oxygen levels in the brain, better nourished brain tissue, stuff like that. Secondly, I think this is an important one, that children should be taught theory from a younger age. I think if you're teaching children these sort of advantages of getting up, getting active, and also the disadvantages of not getting up, getting active, and what health problems it can lead to, I think that's going to like help children get motivated to get up, get active, and, you know, partake in physical activity. Thirdly, improving the competitive side of sport will also allow children to get involved. Again, linking back to my example earlier, I don't think there's enough competitive sport in schools. I think it also links into the Olympic legacy, and I think competing in your school should be an honourable thing, like it is in the States. However, it's not really been sort of generalised, you know, across the ocean to UK, which is disappointing, I think. And finally, as recommended by the Ofsted report, teaching standards should be improved really in primary schools. I mean, this can be done numerous ways. For example, you could have people come in like to teach the PE lessons, or have courses where primary school teachers can go on and learn better physical education lessons. So to conclude, as stated, as my experiences, I felt I didn't get enough PE. It seemed to sort of be generalised nationwide, and of course the National Health Survey said that approximately 7% of children aren't getting enough activity. Research does back physical activity in education, so I don't see the reason not to have more of it. But I think the main sort of thing holding it back is the curriculum not having enough time basically to teach core subjects and other subjects such as more creative subjects like art and textiles. And finally, exercise shown in a lot of research not only to improve health but have neurological benefits too. Cheers. Thanks for listening. Any questions? Yeah? Yeah, I agree. I think a bit of both, maybe. Maybe extend the school day, or have more opportunities for children to get active during breaks, for example. But I do agree children probably should be pushed more outside of school. But I think a big part of that is sort of a social side, like kids have their friends at school, they want to play with their friends. So I think the school should offer more club activities rather than like outside of school, because I think as a kid it's quite daunting to go and meet a load of new friends to participate in sport. Cheers.
Yeah, I agree. There's biology is
Yeah.
get mixed up, especially with people having high opinions of not getting religious education, for example.
Yeah.
But as you said, curriculum's quite tight and it's quite hard to get that. How would you suggest to adjust the curriculum?
Oh, yeah.
Try
Fit it in,
yeah.
if you want, yeah. Well, personally, I think you should offer it PE as like more optional earlier on. So, like, I mean, I did textiles and art for years, and for me, that was pointless. I would have much rather be doing more like physical activity, physical education, if you like. But I just think more optional PE earlier on, sort of from a younger age. Think you can either do sort of go in more creative things or just do PE or. Yeah, like as I said, teaching the theory side of it, I think is going to help that, and I think schools have got to do more after-school activities to get people more involved. I think, yeah. Cheers. No? Cheers.